Good morning, everybody. This is day 2 of my November trip. This will probably be a total of 3 days, but I am in Fort Madison, Iowa, and the fort is locked up for the season. I just stopped by the Museum Historical Society and had a real good conversation with that old boy in there. He's run a pretty good little museum in there, a lot of artifacts and whatnot and everything, but I figured I'd bring you over here to the fort at least. Can't go inside, but I figured I'd show you. But back in the 1800s, now I don't know if I'm completely correct on this, but this is not the original fort, of course, but it was rebuilt. There was a battle between the Indians and the people when the people were coming across here, when they were settling here, and the fort, they abandoned it. They burned it down when they went back to I believe it was the St. Louis area. And my dad, my mother's husband, he could probably tell you more about the history of this old fort and everything, but yeah, but there it is. I'll even get a further away shot. There's some guys out here with mowers coming my way, but and I'll even show you the other side of the river. So yeah, it's closed up for the season, but hey, guess what? I see a little hole here I can, well, that gate might even open. Well, no, I guess not. It's got a board across it. But hey, let's do this. Well, it is what it is. But yeah, gentleman was telling me that the mayor wants to tear this down, and spend millions of dollars on a new marina with a bar and a restaurant and blah 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 and this and that. I don't know what your opinion is, but my opinion is it's part of history, you know. I do know, he did tell me that there is a cruise line that cruises up and down the Mississippi River. I think it's American Cruise Lines. And he was telling me that American Cruise Lines told the city of Fort Madison, if you tear that fort down, that's Burlington Northern Santa Fe. If you tear that old fort down, we won't be stopping here anymore. So, yeah. But yeah, there's some seagulls out here. I guess that's what you call them. I don't know. Miss Linda could probably tell me what they are. They're not pelicans, but yeah, they're flying around, swimming around. So there we are. There's the old fort. I also asked him about the old federal penitentiary that's closed. They built a new one out towards outside of town, I guess. And I asked him if they did tours of that place, and he said no. He said the only thing it's housing now is pigeons. I thought that was kind of interesting. He said there's probably about 2 inches of pigeon poop on the inside of that place. And he says by the end of next year there'll be 4 inches. That guy he was awesome to talk to. So yeah. But here's Fort Madison here from looking across here. Right over there is the railway station, and Amtrak does still stop there. I don't know the schedules or anything. Very nice riverfront park, and it's a busy little town. So well, I had a good night's sleep last night. I had a hard time going to sleep. I had a couple cups of coffee, and I had a pretty big meal, and I just couldn't go to sleep. So interesting. But yeah, I had a nice little breakfast, got the bike loaded up, and we're gonna go back across the river, and I'll show you, I'll talk about that here in just a minute. All right, the bridge you see right here is the bridge I crossed yesterday from the Illinois side over here to Iowa. And that bridge, where you see that span right there, it rotates. It doesn't lift up or down, it rotates. That whole span rotates to let the barges go through. And I think he said it's the longest rotating span, at least in the United States still. So that's pretty interesting. But the old river, man, she's pretty wide back here. You can see downriver here, there's some barges. And there's a lot of barge traffic on the Mississippi River, transporting oil, grain, coal, and yeah. So I'm gonna get out of here, cross the river. I have to pay a toll to go back across the river. And yeah, there's another story that old boy told me about why we have to pay a toll going to Illinois, but not from Illinois over to here. So yeah, guess we'll get going here. Well, like I told y'all, if I see something interesting, I'm gonna stop. I am north of Gladstone, Illinois, and don't ask me what route I'm on because I don't remember. It's a 2-lane paved road. It's part of the Great River Road over here in Illinois, and I come up the road and I seen this a sign with a picnic table on it, so well, I had to stop. I had to hit the brakes. But this is I think it's called the Henderson Covered Bridge or something like that. And we'll flip you around here. Yeah, look at that. That's kind of neat. Now, Missouri has covered bridges. Or no, it's over Madison County, Illinois, or Iowa. I'm sorry. My gosh, my mind is just all over the place. Yeah, Madison County, Iowa, over by Winterset, I think it's called. The sign says $5 fine for leading or driving any beast faster than a walk or driving more than 30 head of cattle, mules, or horses at one time on or across this bridge. That's pretty neat. Look at them old timbers. It's like everybody comes up here and writes their names on, carves their names in the wood, or writes their names with a marker and hearts and all kinds of stuff up here. At least it's I haven't seen any bad words or nothing on written down, so that's good. Okay, real quick here. The original covered bridge was built in the fall of 1866 by Jacob Alleman at a total cost of $2,125. The bridge carried traffic until 1934. In 1935, the Illinois Division of Highways acquired the bridge from Henderson County, and it became the feature structure in a rest area park. It was placed on the National Register of Historic Places in February of 1975. In 1982, floodwater washed the bridge from its abutments and it floated downstream, lodging against the Illinois Route 164 bridge. Local citizens and the Illinois Department of Transportation crews salvaged the bridge from Henderson Creek. The Henderson County Historical Society launched a campaign to rebuild the bridge, and in cooperation with the Illinois Department of Transportation, the covered bridge was reconstructed in 1984. Awesome. It was rebuilt using most of the salvaged timbers on the same location, but raised 3.5 feet. The bridge has an overall length of 104 feet and a width of 13 feet and is 12 feet high. Ray Schaefer of Biggsville, Illinois was the master builder in the 1984 reconstruction. That's pretty cool. So, the citizens of Henderson County in the state of Illinois salvaged history. So that's pretty cool. One other thing I wanted to show you guys, along the Great River Road, they have these little picnic areas, rest areas, and I've noticed some other ones They actually have the maps and shows the route of the Great River Road. So let me put this up here. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, that's it. Okay. So I'm going to show you real quick. We're right here, and I'm going to go up here to New Boston and try and go up to Rock Island County, and then from there I don't know. So yeah, there's Nauvoo where I was at yesterday. There's Fort Madison, and we went up through this part right here, up 34. And if somebody can pronounce that name, leave it in the comments for me, will you? So yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go visit the men's room real quick and get back on the road. Well, I'm glad I didn't have to go real bad. So starting to warm up a little bit. I looked earlier and the temperature was like 46, 47 degrees. And yeah, so nice little roadside park. Well, everybody, we made it to Andalusia, Illinois, which is right across from the town that I grew up in. Can't see the town that I grew up in because there's an island in between it. But if I go up into town at Andalusia, which is, we're just south of Andalusia, but this right here that you see is kind of like a big island off to the towards the Illinois side of the Mississippi River. And this area is very popular for boating and stuff like that. But right there behind me that you see is a big long island. But I heard tales back in the old days that, you know, people would swim across the river to get over here. But it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to see the old mighty Mississippi again for a change, you know, because the Missouri River down there in Kansas City, I don't think I'd. There's not a lot of boating and stuff down there. Some fishing, you know. There's some fishing down here, up here in the Mississippi. Used to do some catfishing once in a while with my buddy, and go down the river and skip rocks and all kinds of stuff. Just brings back memories, you know. So been kind of chilly on the bike. I think I'm gonna have to get my insulated gloves because my fingers are cold, even though I got my heated grips on full blast. But it's been a good ride, been a quiet ride. You know, I haven't been running real hard, just kind of running about 60, 65. A lot of farm grounds. I didn't videotape a lot of it, but so yeah. Harvest looks like it's about done. There is a signboard here for the Great River Road, but there's nothing on it, so must have came off or whatever. So next stop you see will be a special one. So we'll see you on that one.